Good evening. A selected group of resource managers are following a training session on how to implement the new performance management system, which is part of the third phase of the result-based management training for government's accounting officers. The session was launched today by the Chief Secretary in the Public Service Bureau. Sheila Mohideen said that with the implementation of the performance management system, all public service employees will be made aware of what is expected of them in terms of performance in relation to organization's strategic plan. The session is being held over 3 days at the Guy Morel Institute. There will be additional boats to reinforce security at sea during the Feast of Assumption. This will start from Friday the 12th of August until Tuesday the 16th of August. Speaking at a press conference this morning, the CEO of the Maritime Safety Authority, Captain Joachim Valmont, said the measures are being implemented for safety in view of the actual adverse weather condition. There are also restrictions on the operations of the use of vessels below 7 meters to and from the inner islands, inclusive of Mahé, Pralin, and La Digue. Captain Valmont said the SMSA is getting help from the Seychelles Coast Guard and the police to enforce the surveillance.
For this year, we have already put out restriction on all small vessel under 7 meters. And jet ski as well. We will be putting checkpoints, that is, in the vicinity of Saint Island, we will have a fast response boat that belongs to the Seychelles Coast Guard. At Pralin, we will have another fast response boat for the Seychelles Coast Guard that will be stationed in Bessetan. This is to control access of vessel leaving Bessetan area. And then we will have a third checkpoint that will be in the vicinity of Côte d'Or, and this will basically control small vessel leaving the Côte d'Or area. And then obviously we will have a mother vessel from Coast Guard. The mother vessel will be anchored at La Paz, La Digue, and she will control all access vessel leaving La Paz, La Digue to going towards Pralin and Mai. And of course, all other authorities will be stationed on La Digue, including myself with a boat and officers. We will also have officers from SMSA that will be standing by on Pralin for this occasion.
Family members have 2 weeks to present a case, if any, against the seizure of the Valabji's residence at Mont Blanc. This follows the court's decision to set the 26th of this month as the date to give a final decision on if the police will seize Mukesh and Laura Valabji's residence or not. The issue of electronic materials and documents seized at the residence and office of Mrs. Valabji was also in court today. They are all linked to the illegal possession of arms and ammunition case.
Concerning the seizure of residence, in the spirit of justice, Judge Mohan Buram took into consideration that there can be other family members who can be affected if the property is seized. The police have completed its search of the residence, but the Prevention of Terrorism Act stipulates the seizure of weapons to be used for terrorism acts, including properties used for storing the weapons. It is to be noted that caches of weapons were discovered on the property in November last year. This morning, there was no development concerning documents and electronic materials seized at the residence and office of Laura Valabji. The last time the issue was in court, Mrs. Valabji was in no position to respond to a request by the Attorney General's office concerning appointing an independent reviewer to inspect the devices and documents because there was no disclosure. The Chief Justice had asked the AG's office lawyer to present details of those documents and devices, but this was not the case today as the lawyer was out of the country.
The high-level coordinating committee for the hospitality campaign has today met to discuss the progress they've made during the last 6 months and upcoming events. The committee includes several important key partners such as representatives of the media, the Tourism Academy and the Ministry of Employment, amongst others. The hospitality campaign was launched in January this year.
We've managed to launch the hospitality tourism clubs in all the schools, even if there are some which is not officially launched, but they have their plan of activities. They started engaging in plan of activities, and 37 out of 42 schools have been adopted by a tourism business. We still have 5, and we are hopeful we will have tourism businesses that will come forward to adopt them. We've also managed to launch back to basic customer care training. There has been 4 organizations that have received training so far, and there's a 5th one to start soon. And we've received positive backs from all the trainings. And we've also worked on our hospitality awards. The ceremony is scheduled for the 2nd of October. Right now, there's 122 businesses registered for the award, and 40 individuals that has been nominated for individual awards. And 65% of these businesses have been visited, have been assessed. When I say assessed, normally it takes about 2 to 3 visits to these businesses to have them assessed. So we are well on track to launch the public nominations sometimes in September.
The Department of Social Affairs, along with other stakeholders from different organizations that work with children, met in a workshop today to discuss and report on the progress that Seychelles has made to implement the Convention on the Rights of a Child. The participants have come up with recommendations on how to address certain issues. Seychelles' last report on children's rights dates back 2016, and it is expected to submit the next one to the United Nations by October of this year. We've come to the end of this news summary.